Bell Elementary's gym was packed for tonight's public input to Minot Public School Board. The school is the second after McKinley Elementary that the district is considering closing due to a likely budget shortfall next year. Superintendent Dr. Mark Vollmer said Bell has about 95 students as of the end of last school year. Parents, teachers, and other stakeholders got the chance to speak before the board tonight. Some saying they've considered moving to another school district because the benefits of a small school are immensely impactful to their children. Some speakers said they're a family-oriented school. One teacher at Bell, Erin Magnuson, says she went from being a paraprofessional to teaching first grade because of the school.
I applied to have my own son attend with me. He also enjoyed the smaller school setting. Big schools aren't for everyone, and small schools need to be celebrated and preserved.
If the school closes, however, the board says staff and faculty would have a job in the district. The school board presented class size estimates if Bell Elementary students move to John Hoven or McKinley. According to their numbers, the highest class sizes in both schools would be 23. On the low end, McKinley's estimate for first and third grade is 13 students. Now, a reminder, no decision has been made just yet.